ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia, East Asia Pacific qualifier. But they are both off to the big dance in February in India and Sri Lanka. They've taken the 18th and the 19th spots. Still a lot of uncertainty as to where that third and final, and indeed the 20th and final for the entire tournament spot will go. But for now, it's all about Sampal Kami to Jatinder Singh. Jatinder Singh only plays in one manner in the power play. Paresh, this will be fast and furious to get the chase going of 152.
Jatinder Singh's style of play is an aggressive one. He tends to play in an aggressive manner. Jatinder Singh, he has already a 50 in his name in this tournament.
Helps that away into the leg side. The first runs of the chase. Just got a little bit of the atmosphere out there, and certainly it's a festive atmosphere, isn't it? Both sets of fans celebrating pretty hard this evening. And if we get anything like the kind of game we got 2 years ago, when again both of these two teams had qualified, we're in for a real treat.
Yeah, 2 years ago, playing the final of the T20 World Cup Asia qualifiers, both the teams qualified and went to the finals, played the finals. It was a super over that Oman beat Nepal.
Guided into the offside, and Gulshan Jha will do the fielding. For any other team in this competition, on a good surface, you'd probably think Nepal well under par, but because of how well they field and how well they've bowled in stages, in patches, in phases of this tournament, they'll be quietly confident of defending this. They'll also know that Oman's batting isn't quite as consistent as their bowling.
It all depends on Jatinder Singh, how he goes about the game. He attacks the bowlers, try to use the power play. Pulled in the air, but shy of the mid-on fielder. Immediately you're seeing the difference. In the first innings, that would have been a single. But Oman have rightly been sent out with a note of caution about their running between the wickets. Also a change in opening pairing, because often it's Hamid Mirza that comes in at number 3, but they've gone with the two right-handers up at the top. Suspect it will be Amir Kaleem who will be held back a spot. Sampal Kami with 3 dot balls and a single in his over, the first one.
Straight to Dipendra Singh Airi. Surely we're not going to see another direct hit run out this evening, are we? Because Oman aren't going to allow that opportunity, you would imagine.
Oman is a very good unit, very smart unit. They are not going to take singles to Dipendra Singh Airi.
Just had a tricky tournament, hasn't he? Hamid Mirza, his last 5 scores, 14, 6, 5, 18, 5. So a bit of a lack of runs. He's never opened the batting before. Is that the solution for him? We'll have to wait and see. But it's a very tight start from Kami, who's tended to open the bowling well. Just 1 run coming from the opening over. Oman 1 for none.
Laksha Aneg, Energy Egg. Energy Bhaneke, Red Bull.
Skyworth, home appliances.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ.
Man have had in this tournament. That's because Jatinder Singh missed the first game. So it was Amir Kaleem who stepped into the captain's shoes and captained the side. He opened the batting that opening morning with Ashish Odadara. That was against Samoa, as Oman took 17 overs to chase down Samoa's 92. Nandan Yadav, it's going to be with the new ball. Still no Lalit Rajbanshi, so no option for the left armour. That was a fantastic piece of innovation. An outstanding stroke. Is going to fly all the way for 6. He was looking to ramp it over the leg side, but at the last second readjusted, just opened up his arms. And this is a majestic cricket stroke.
Yeah, he played 2 shots in 1 ball there, tried to ramp it, then opened the face of the bat to run the ball down to third man for a 6. What a piece of timing.
This is off Nepal's fastest bowler, Nandan Yadav, as well. Exceptional
adjustment and recognition of the field, because deep third and fine leg were up in the circle and remain as such. Immediately, Singh says, no, it's Dipender Singh Airi.
Dipender Singh Airi has been very effective in the inner circle.
Effective, Paresh. That's the understatement of the century. He's been all over the opposition in the outfield, isn't he?
I'm coming to that.
Really is incredible what he's done. We aren't able to class it as a world record because it isn't necessarily kept as a statistic in terms of direct hits versus normal run-outs where you relay it to the bowler or the keeper. It isn't kept religiously as such. But certainly most feel as though it may well be a world record. Again, he looks for that ramp over the leg side this time, gets himself in a tangle. Adil Alam's run-out was almost as impressive, though.
Yes, back-to-back run-outs, direct hits. I don't think Jatinder Singh is 100% there in the middle. It's probably his hamstring. That is why he was out of the playing 11 in the first game against Samoa in the group stages.
Yeah, I think for me, you're right. He sat out that first game with that niggle, and I think it was that attempt to catch in the first innings that he's just maybe strained it again. As a consequence, he's probably going to attack even more so, not try to run a lot. So every ball is being, pulverised with 100% effort. Problem is that they can't really take on any of the infielders. Even there, Kushal Bertel right on the edge of the 30-yard circle, top ball.
Even the fielders, they are right at the edge of the 30-yard circle. They are not attempting to take quick singles because of the niggle that he's had. After that, 6 good comeback deliveries by Nandan Yadav, 3-dot balls.
Nicely played. Might not quite have the pace to get to the rope. In fact, Airi looks like he's quicker than the ball, and incredibly, they only run a single. That shows how much Jatinder Singh is struggling between the wickets. And this will be a big factor in this chase. If you're turning most of your 2s into 1s and your 1s into dots, you're going to have to hit a lot of boundaries.
Look, he's so gingerly jogging across the crease. He is not 100%. He's struggling out there, Jatinder Singh.
Big factor if you can't run your runs. All of a sudden you need to find a lot of boundaries. Oh, right on the money. But maybe an inside edge. Yadav was convinced, but the umpire immediately walked away. 2 overs bowled, 8 for none. Let's have a look.
Yeah, it was a big inside edge. Good decision by the umpire. You can see the deflection.
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine. यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष।
पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने, जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनरी बनाउने सधैँ KFC।
Over his second. Split field in place, a deep backward point and a deep backward square leg. One in the off, one in the leg. As Singh clubs it down the ground. Such a dangerous striker of the cricket ball here in the power play, and that soars into the night sky for 6.
It was overpitched by Sombal Kami. It didn't try to hit it hard, just timed it down to long on. This is the way he plays. He's had a bit of a niggle with his hamstring.
A lovely pickup shot, isn't it? Really well struck and struck for the maximum. Always good to watch in the power play, Jatinder Singh. Tries to go again, but Kami drags his length back. You sense it's going to be a bit boom or bust here, don't you? It's probably going to be 6, 4, dot, or maybe 1. That'll be about it from Jatinder Singh.
He's not looking good in the middle. Just jogging. It was sure too when he played that shot earlier in the second over the extra cover's head. Gingerly taking a single.
Have to give him credit though, don't you, for gutsing it out and and getting through it out there, putting his body on the line. The problem is, in the first innings, that would have been one. Now, obviously, because Irie's hovering in there, I've even noticed, actually, the cover in the mid-wicket field have recognised what's happened here. They're hanging 5-7 yards back from where they usually would be because they think there is no chance of a quick single being attempted by Jatinder Singh.
That is how smart these fielders are from Nepal, recognising that the batsman is not going to run a single.
Very good game awareness, Paresh. Yeah, you're spot on. Dipendra Singh Irie, he's never going to drop that. Oh, and there's a lovely celebration. It's the Buddha Zen celebration from Sampal Kami. He goes down into that lovely, the Nepali tribute. Of course, the birthplace of Gautam Buddha himself. And I think that's what Sampal Kami says. Singh Irie takes the catch. And then Kami says, that was my celebration.
Yes, a very subdued celebration by Sampal Kami, just sitting there like a Buddha. This is a big, big wicket for Nepal. Jatinder Singh, who's hit 2 sixes already.
Well, keep your eyes here. If we stick with this replay, and hopefully we can come back to Sampal Kami. There he is. Look at that. Well, the sitting Buddha, it symbolises tranquility, enlightenment and inner peace. Kami's got plenty of that as Nepal have their first magic moment. Credit to Singh. He hobbles off for 14. It's 14 for 1.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठीकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै
Nepal getting rid of number 10 of Oman. Good single taken by these two batsmen. It was a Gulshan Jadhav fielder in that occasion. Caught on his heels. Very good running between the wickets.
You know, for those who don't know, it's Lord Gautam Buddha, born in Nepal, and that was a special tribute on the night that Nepal qualified for the T20 World Cup down in Lumbini. I was lucky enough to be brought down there for a visit, and it is sensational. You have to go and visit the beauty of that birthplace if you can. As Kami hits back of a length, a very good close out to the third over. $15 for 1.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
100% pure sunflower बाट बनेको धारा health refined sunflower oil.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला. यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
Draw whenever it's announced as to whether they'll be going to India or Sri Lanka, but they're also desperate to top the table and get their hands on the silverware here. As Nandan Yadav bowls the second that only just somehow misses the leg stump by a sliver, but will be given as a wide. Paresh, you would imagine that Nepal will want to go to India, won't they? If they do, what kind of scenes are we going to see?
I think from Nepal, the borders are open. We don't need a visa to go to India. If Nepal draws in India, so we'll be seeing plenty of houseful stadiums in India.
Every game sold out?
Most probably.
Okay, guaranteed by Paresh Lahani. I'm with you. I think every game will be sold out. For Oman, in a funny way, they might quite like to go to Sri Lanka because you think about their affiliation through Dilip Mendes as the head coach, the former Sri Lankan test cricketer. They've played quite a bit of cricket there. They've been brought for preparation camps there before. That could be a good draw for them.
Yes, the head coach being a Sri Lankan former test cricketer. Dilip Mendes, a great cricketer from Sri Lanka.
remarkable job he's done. Duleep Mendes, 24 test matches he played, 4 centuries for Sri Lanka alongside 79 ODIs. His good use of the feet will get a very stylish boundary for Hamid Mirza. Taking a while to get off the mark, 6 consecutive dots, opening the batting for the first time. He finds 4.
Coming down the track, hitting it inside out over extra cover. Good connection of the ball. Couple of bounces over the boundary line.
Duleep Mendes most famously making 100 in the same test match, both innings against India back in Chennai 1982. Long time ago that. Shows how long he's been around. Incredible job he's done here in Oman. Really is an honourable Omani now at this stage. As that one thuds off the pad, is taken at point. The fans want to appeal for the court. Kushal Malla has a wry smile on his face. I think the LBW decision's going over the top. I saw no sense of bat or glove involved. The end result is rightly a top ball.
Yes, after the catch was taken, the crowd just going to excitement. But Kushal Malla knew that bat was not involved.
Nice little start to this chase. Both sides having their moments, neither really ahead of the game. Nepal have all their spinners to come, remember. Importance of Lamachani looms large. Short ball, top edge. Kushal Bertel goes back. Never going to drop that. Yadav bounces Mirza out, who's, well, torrid time with the back continues. And Nepal have a second to put them just in front. And the Oman fans on the top deck not enjoying that. But the Nepal fans loving every second.
Kushal Bertel, I think the ball struck his chest. He's just massaging his chest. It was a short ball, a good bumper by Nandan Yadav into the body of the batsman. Kushal Bertel, after taking catch, like he always does, kisses the ball. Torrid time in the middle comes to an end for Mirza.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाई नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल बेबे यो चीज बल लगौँ न
है यो चीज बल छैन 2 PM चीज बल्स हो के
यो भन्नु भयो के वाले 2 PM चीज बल्स बिग मार्ट तपाईको छिमेकी
इंग्लिश प्रिमियर लीग को प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर मैक्स एचडी र कान्तिपुर मैक्स को एप में हेर्न नछुटाउनु होला.
Appearance for Nepal in the T20 World Cup and a 4th in their history for Oman, 4th since 2016, their debut. Amir Kaleem to the crease. Oh, maybe a bit harsh, that one being given as a wide. Yadav wants another look at that.
Yadav not pleased with the decision of the wide. It was slightly inside the line, but the umpire is the umpire.
Yeah, maybe a little bit harsh on the bowler. Amir Kaleem in at 4. He's tended to open the batting throughout this competition or bat at number 3, so a little bit of a change in the order. Somebody's got to step up and get these runs for Oman. Who's it going to be? Singh's back in the hutch critically for Nepal. Slower ball, great skills. You have to say Nandan Yadav has not been perfect in this tournament, but he has shown throughout as to why he is rated so highly by Stuart Law.
Yeah, he mixes his pace. This time around it was off cutter that he bowled. The ball not bouncing as much as the batsman expected. Kaleem yet to open his account, whereas Aryan Best already on 2 of 2. This is turning out to be a long over from Nandan Yadav.
Has bowled a few wides. It's been maybe the one weak point of his series. But his good stuff has been very good, as Lokesh Bam. Usually has the gloves on, he fields well at backward points. Nepal hunting like tigers in a pack out there. All the 2s on the board. And Richie Beno would have a wry smile on his face up in heaven. 22 for 2. Nepal under his broad wing, probably one of the great modern commentators alongside Michael Atherton and so many others. It was very special, wasn't it, to have Bish with us in the box for that Unity Cup in Sharjah, Paresh?
Yes, it was very special. Ian Bishop, one of the great commentators in the modern era.
Very kind man as well, very conscientious.
Very, very kind, humble, gentle.
He put in some shift of work, I'll tell you, in terms of preparation. He knew every single one of these Nepal players inside and out. And he was kind and generous to us in terms of his knowledge about the West Indies team too. And then, just like that, as is the modern merry-go-round, the very next morning had to fly out to go and cover India's Test series against the West Indies. From his perspective, he'll have been disappointed, but I think he was proud of the way in which John Campbell and Shea Hope stood up in the second innings of that final test. And just like that, straight off to the Women's World Cup. The most in-demand commentator in the world, and you can understand why. Really added to that Unity Cup, I felt. As this one's driven, beats Irie cover, so they'll get home for the single. Bisht and Kaleem, what's their approach here? Pressure's being applied. Cammy bowling 3 on the bounce in the power play.
He's been bowling well with the new ball in this tournament. The only game that he was not up to his mark was the game against Qatar. He bowled 2 overs initially, gave away 20 runs.
Now, someone's just tweeted me saying, at Cricket Badge, imagine you asked Sampal Kami after the game and he said it was a tribute to Haaland rather than Lord Buddha. Just shy of Mohammed Adil Alam. I presume that refers to Haaland, the Man City. Oh, I'm not a big football man, but I know, what's his name? What's his first name, the Man City forward? Erling Haaland, is it? I'm not a big football man myself, Paresh. Do you like your football?
Yes, I do. I go through every English Premier League matches, especially Chelsea.
Oh, you like Chelsea, do you? Okay. So he obviously Erling Haaland does the Buddha celebration himself. Going to run a quick single. Adil Alam won't be able to cut that off. It was very well judged. Yeah, apparently he started it at Borussia Dortmund with his Zen celebration. I think Sampal Kami and Lord Buddha did it better. But then again, I'm a bit biased towards the cricketers and in general over the footballers. Those footballers, they've too much money, Paresh.
Sampal Kami, he has different celebrations. Sometimes he takes off his boots.
Do you remember that one? He took the boot off and made a phone call. Loves the chainsaw as well. Gets the chainsaw out, the Brett Lee. Bowling with good pace here. Just getting it to skid on. These pitches in Oman, they've really suited Sampal Kami. That's why he's held the sway over his great pal, Karan Casey, who's yet to play in this tournament.
Yeah, Karan Casey, a great servant of the game for Nepal. Very experienced. The eldest guy in the side hasn't got a match.
And he'll be as happy as anyone. The team have done the business. Now, Irie has a bit of a foot race with Lokesh Bam, but Bam is always going to win it. Pick up a couple. Really good start from Sampal Kami. He's been very difficult to get away. He's got 1 for 13. Oman are 27 for 2.
Laksha Aneg, Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
Skyworth Home Appliances.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
IME Life बालकिरण जीवन बीमा
इङ्ग्लिस प्रिमियर लिगको प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर म्याक्स एचडी र कान्तिपुर म्याक्सको एपमा हेर्न नछुटाउनुहोला।
With his right arm off breaks, he's been exceptional, hasn't he? His fielding and his bowling. Okay, he hasn't got the weight of runs I think he would have liked, but they've been worth their weight in gold, the dismissals that he has made. And he's probably bowling the best he's ever bowled. Run out chance, direct it! It's 5 and 5! No one's ever done it before. It's the one and only Dipendra Singh Hairi.
The second one off his own bowling. And 5 in 5, like you said, Lenny. He's a master in these.
I think it's a world record. It has to be now. Nobody's done it before. And for me, Paresh, he is simply the best fielder in the world. 5 run-outs, 5 consecutive games, all of them direct hits, 2 off his own bowling. And look at this. He becomes the 12th fielder. Look at the speed, the pickup and the quickness of the release. Kaleem just watched and said, please no, please don't hit. But he's been run out by a country mile. I'm only surprised the somersault didn't come out. It's another one. Amir Kaleem's got to go for 1. Oh man, in trouble. 27 for 3.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाई नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल। बिग मार्ट तपाईको छिमेकी
5 consecutive direct hit run-outs. And 1 name as an inside edge saves. Aryan Bisht, Mohamed Nadeem, the new man to the crease. That 1 name, there's 3 words. It's Dipendra Singh Hairi.
What a cricketer, what a fielder he is.
Paresh, I've never seen a better fielder. We had a bit of talk about this with Ian Bishop and Carlos Brathwaite, didn't we, during the Unity Cup? Brathwaite himself said, well, I played with the guy at the GT20. Lenny, being honest, I laughed at you when you said it 2 years ago at the qualifier. But then when I saw it up close and personal, it's the speed and the dexterity allied with, well, his natural God-given gifts. He's low to the ground. As a consequence, alongside those fast twitch fibre muscles that he has, he's able to release the ball so quickly. So he makes ludicrous ground to the ball, and then he releases it in a flash. That one, by his standards, he'll have felt as though it was easy. But it was, again, a world-class effort.
It was, and a very good over from Dipendra Singh Hairi. A wicket and just a single in the first 5 deliveries that he's bowled. The 6th over, the last over of the power play. Very important over.
Slog sweep goes into the leg side, just a single. Well, Nepal have grabbed a hold of this game in the power play, and again it's because of the fielding. The bowling's gone well too. End of the 6th, 29 for 3. Let's get a look at the best of the power play.
Again, the power play belonging to Nepal, taking 3 wickets. Jatinder Singh was a bit tingle away with his injury, the hamstring niggle that he had. Couldn't run. 2 big sixes for him and then got out. This one's a good shot by the batter there, inside out, playing over extra cover. Kushal Burtel, the catch taker of Nandan Yadav. And lastly, Dipendra Singh Hairi of his own bowling creates the 5th direct hit run out in 5 matches.
Well, it's just different gravy, different level, different quality, and the whole world is going to...
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
Announced by ICC, as he has a change of ends from where he's bowled throughout the tournament. Powdell slightly fumbles, but it doesn't cost the single. He's got the the new style, the headband on, and after what was, well, we don't quite know exactly what happened last month, a strange old month, obviously for so many reasons, a tragic month for Nepal, but Lamachani, who didn't play any of the 3 games against the West Indies, bounced back with a bang, no single there to Irie, and that was maybe his best ever spell in T20 international cricket 2 days ago that has helped Nepal qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, his best figures. That was a googly bowled by Sandeep Lamichhane. Comes after the power play, 7th over.
Yeah, it's a very difficult position for Mohammad Nadeem. He's a living legend of the game here in Oman, there's no doubt about that. Debuted at the age of 31. Had retired, of course, and gone heavily into coaching, was regularly looking after the kids and the younger players in the indoor centre here at the Oman Cricket Academy, and very happy to be doing so. And then with the player turnover, Duleep Mendes went back to one of his main men and said, Nadeem boy, I know you're 42 at this stage, but I need you back. And he's come back and had really good success. For me, he's often underused with the ball. He always delivers well with the ball. Generally been in good form with the bats. Scores of 36, 21, 28 and 14 in recent times. But he doesn't do it particularly quickly in terms of his strike rate. So as a consequence, dot balls here are going to really start to escalate that scoreboard pressure, Paresh.
It is only 2 runs of this over so far. Sandeep Lamichhane mixing his pace bowling a bit quicker, back of the length. Bowling those googlies that he bowls to the right-hander. This time around, quicker one again. At the end of 7, Oman 31 for 3.
100% pure sunflower बाट बनेको धारा health refined sunflower oil.
Special celebrations like झन्नै special बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला. यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल. MIT, an international.
Gulshan Jah does well. Saves 2 runs in the deep, but a good arm to go alongside it. Opportunity for Mala to get into the game and impact it. Talk about legacy, Mohammad Nadeem's importance for Oman in international cricket. There's every chance, particularly with the form of Sampal Kami, as Mala shows a great spirit of cricket to tie Bish's shoelace for him. Kami could become the first Nepali cricketer to represent Nepal in 3 World Cups.
Yes, he can be the first one in 2014. He was a young fellow, 17 or 18 years of age.
That would be an incredible achievement, wouldn't it, for Sampal Kami?
Yes, it would be. Playing 3 World Cups for your country.
Yeah, I think for me, Kami's legacy, a young kid, a greenhorn really, Paresh, wasn't he, back in 2014 with all the legends, Basanta Regmi, Paras Kadka. Shakti Gauchan, of course, whose celebrations lit up the tournament in the preliminary stages. But he'll be, even though he's only in and around 30, he'll be a bit of a veteran of this team, won't he? One of the most experienced ones in the squad that could go to India and Sri Lanka. Obviously, he's got to stay fit. But you'd imagine he'll be one of the first names in the squad if Nepal, all going well, get placed down in India or Sri Lanka, wherever they go. Karen KC, the same. led by Rohit Powell. It's a pretty settled squad. There's probably question marks over, I don't know, maybe a handful, 3 or 4 of the squad in terms of really the bench players who might come in and out. But you would imagine it might be a pretty similar squad to the one we have here that would go to the World Cup. 37 for 3 after 8.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल एशियन पेन्ट्स अल्टिमा प्रोटेक्ट शाइन यसमा भएको यूवी हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dog Fantasy.
In terms of prep build-up, whether that be December or January. As you see the 5 bowlers used thus far, Lamachani will bowl his second. You think someone like a Bashir Ahmed might be able to state his case, put a bit of pressure on Akushal Malla?
Yeah, it all depends because Bashir Ahmed also bowls left-arm orthodox, bats left-handed.
Wish Bibek Yadav well in his recovery as well. Was in for surgery reasonably recently. I'm not sure he'll be back and fit in time. Somebody like some of the great servants, Binod Bandari or Abhinesh Bahara, they'd have to have a very good Nepal Premier League to force their way back into the mix.
Yeah, there's one guy, Kamal Singh Airi, is also there.
Kamal Singh Airi is a good shout, absolutely. Young Rashid Khan too. Now this goes miles up. It's going to take a lot of catching, this one. It hangs in the night sky for an eternity. But Arif Sheikh, the sub-fielder, I think he's just come on. He's been on for a ball, and he's had to take an absolute hanger that almost went to the moon and back. Lamachani's in the wickets again. It's all going Nepal's way. They're seeking revenge from that defeat 2 years ago in the final, and looking very good.
Trying to slot sweep that, Sandeep Lamachani. That was a leg spinner. That is why it got the outside edge, a leading edge. And Arif made it look so simple.
And he had a bit of a turn to the bench, and he goes, that's why I'm the sub-fielder. Get me on, let me make an impact. Bishta's got to go. Looking for the big hits. He's been caught in the deep for 11. Oh, man.
नेपाल टॉपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल बेबे यो चीज बल लगाउँ न
है यो चीज बल छैन 2 PM चीज बल्स हो के
यो भन्नुभयो के उहाँले 2 PM चीज बल्स यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
English Premier League को प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर मैक्स SD र कान्तिपुर मैक्स को एपमा हेर्न नछुटाउनु होला.
This is a left-hander and he can strike the ball nicely. He can hit a big ball. At number 6, Nadeem Khan.
Remarkably, it's only his 5th innings in T20 international cricket. He's batted in 4 different positions now. Once at number 3, twice at number 7, including where he made that 30 not out, and once at number 9. Slip in place. As Lamachani is going to concede a single because Arif Sheikh, who took that great catch, has got a bit carried away and conceded the easiest of misfields to allow Khan to get off the mark.
We don't see that kind of a misfield by Nepali players, Nepali fielders. Arif Sheikh is also a very good fielder.
Nadeem just can't get anything going, can he? 5 off 12. Required run rate, it's heading only one direction. Double figures and north of that.
It's pretty hard for these guys to face Sandeep Lamachani, a class act. He's coming off with a 5-wicket haul.
His second in his career. Irie again. Oh, he slips and he fumbles. It might have been 6 and 5. Look at the reaction from Asif Sheikh. He thought it was a game on for another one. Let's get a look at this again. Which end was he going to go? He probably could have run out either batter here.
He was again very quick to the ball. Dipender Singh Airi. just misses the ball completely.
Great reaction. Great reaction. He's had the most sublime fielding performance throughout the tournament. Everyone's human. Everyone's fallible. A rare mistake. As that one so nearly kisses the off stump. A very sharply spun and flatly bowled googly. It's a wicket and 3 runs from the over. 9 have been bowled. Nepal in complete control. Oman 40 for...
Skyworth Home Appliances.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
I don't see any batters performing in this tournament.
Consistently, Vinayak Shukla's had an innings. We've seen Nadeem Khan have an innings. It's kind of been one-off performances rather than really consistent run accumulation as Gulshan Jha comes in for his first ball of the night. We might see Rohit Powdell circle right the way through the team here. Everyone could be given a trundle. Kushal Patel hasn't bowled as much as we thought he would here in this competition.
He might get a ball today. Kushal Patel, the second best strike rate in T20Is in terms of wickets.
Slight break in play. Umpires just preparing for the drinks break at the end of this over. A couple of signals going on as such. Irie again. Oh, near direct hit. I think he might have been home this time. Again, he's created a chance out of nothing.
These batters still taking runs off Dipender Singh Oiri.
Well, it's really just panic, isn't it? It's a case of necessity. They don't want to take on this single. Did go straight away and he's pretty quick. I wonder, would he have been home? Just wonder that side-on replay as to how close it would have been. Would have been very difficult for the umpire to give. A reminder, of course, no decisions at this level on any of the pathway events go up to the third umpire. It's a consistency across all of the events, all of the pathways for the men's and women's World Cups. Would have been really close though, Paresh. Got him, kisses the top of off and he wheels away in celebration. The promotion up the order for Nadeem Khan. It doesn't work. And maybe he would have been run out from the previous ball. I don't think he quite would have been given. But Gulshan Jha, he has an impact with the ball tonight. Good delivery, back of a length, hits the top of off. And now it's 5 down. And Nepal are surely cantering home to what will be a big victory. They'll stay unbeaten unless something changes.
The ball skidded on and it was a nothing shot by Nadeem Khan. Just tried to flick that ball. Didn't play with a straight bat. It skids through.
Good delivery, isn't it? Very difficult to play that. Jha, he is up and about. Big celebrations for him. And Nepal, they're closing in on celebrating their World Cup qualification with...
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाई नेपाल टप सब ठीकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
बिग मार्ट तपाईको छिमेकी
Red Bull presents T20 World Cup qualifiers Nepalko Vishwa Cup Yatra powered by Gyan Extra Long Grain Basmati Rice, Bajaj Pulsar and Gazab Kopiro Noodles.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Skyworth Home Appliances.
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ।
एसियन पेन्ट्स अल्टिमा प्रोटेक्ट शाइन यसमा भएको युभी हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
100% प्योर सनफ्लावरबाट बनेको धारा हेल्थ रिफाइन्ड सनफ्लावर ओइल।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Unbeaten. If they do win tonight and they're in a very strong position, they would just need to beat the lowest ranked side in the entire competition of all of the 9 sides that entered it, Samoa, to make it the most perfect of weeks. It would be 6 games, it would be 6 wins, and it would be heading to India and Sri Lanka in some style. But Vinayak Shukla's had a good tournament. He comes to the crease at number 7. Irie Hare's in again. Wild throw. Trying even the most audacious of runouts now. Andrew Leonard here alongside Paresh Lahani. Paresh, last time I'll be with you. You've got to get back home to Nepal tomorrow and you won't be here for the final 2 days. Or are you telling me your job is done? You've been here to see Nepal qualify? And that'll do nicely.
That is why I think I was called upon here. Just to get Nepal qualified. And even Oman, both are without a loss. Today, one team will definitely lose a game.
Mix-up.
Today, one team will definitely lose a game and one will stay lossless. That means winning all the games apart from one remaining the day after.
We've been surprised by how this contest has gone because we feel it's a very good surface. And we felt that 150 might have been a little bit shy of what Nepal could and should have got, particularly after that opening partnership between Bertel and Asif Sheikh. But they've dominated the second innings. Mohamed Nadeem just can't get anything going. 8 off 17. And you do just wonder, was it an inspired piece of coaching? Making sure his team didn't know that this, in essence, this was a game that didn't matter whether they won or they lost. And maybe Stuart Laws just kept his boys focused. As we get to the end of the 10th, it's 43 for 5.
I think one of the big...
Laksha Aneg, Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagh Bazaar, Kathmandu.
And they've got an awful lot to do. 109 runs required and just 10 overs to get there. Nadeem is in, but he's not really making much threat. Hasn't found a boundary yet. It's a difficult position. Nepal have been at their very best here. They've probably saved their best fielding bowling performance for this grand stage, this celebratory stage this evening. You can just think of what this will mean across the country, from the far west all the way out to the east, the beauty of Pokhara to the Kathmandu Valley, and all in between. For Nepal, this is the most beautiful cerebral joy that the side are giving them after the most difficult of months last month. A month that hit the headlines for all the wrong reasons, the tragedies, the martyrs that were lost, the heroes now on the cricket field paying tribute to them. It's going to be an emotional journey, Paresh, isn't it, to India and to Sri Lanka. There is every chance these young men for Nepal will do something very special there.
They have done something special first of all, winning the series against West Indies, and secondly, getting qualified for the back-to-back T20 World Cups.
So a great post this morning on social media saying that there's only 2 players in this side that aren't Gen Z, if you will, that by the definition, 28 or less. That's Karen Casey and Sampal Kami. Everyone else is a product of that generation that demanded change back home. And obviously it happened in a way that nobody would ever want anyone to lose their life. And there's been people made martyrs of. It was a horrendous week or 10 days that nobody will ever forget, but brighter future ahead. And I think this cricket team is going to be a big part of that rebuild of the country. And the story of them journeying to India is about so much more than just cricket.
It is a culture now for Nepal, the cricket game. 11 overs has been bowled. Oman, 48 for 5. They have to get going now if they want to win this match, if they want to secure the first position in the table.
100% pure sunflower-बाट बनेको धारा हेल्थ रिफाइन्ड सनफ्लावर ओइल।
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ।
Gulshan Jah returns, and he's heaved away into the leg side. More like it. Mohammad Nadeem, well, he's been one of the greatest servants in the history, the short cricketing history of Oman. He'll keep fighting. And a bit of icy silence around Nepal's fans as Nadeem gets 6.
Pulled off the front foot, nice connection. Down to deep backward square leg. He's played 21 balls before this and has only 11 runs. That shows how good Nepali bowling attack is today.
Put down, not easy at all from Asif Sheikh. And maybe actually the first error he's really made with the gloves across the entire tournament. I think Nadeem was trying to guide it down to deep third, but the extra bounce from Jah surprised him. And Asif Sheikh was unable to hang on to what was a very tough chance.
Yeah, it flew off the edge of the bat. It's good that he got his gloves to it. Otherwise, the ball was racing towards the boundary. He saved 2 runs for his team. We say that it's a drop chance, but I say he saved the 2 runs.
And I really hope for Oman as well, Paresh, that they have a more successful World Cup with this new crop of players. I think in many ways they'll have more potential. You'd imagine that bowling attack is going to cause plenty of problems, whether they're placed in Sri Lanka or India, as it's a well-judged 2 by Mohammad Nadeem. The question will be, where are they going to find the consistency with their batting to win games against higher-ranked opposition? We saw them push India ever so brilliantly in the Asia Cup and get within touching distance of the most formidable of cricketing opponents. Where's the consistent run scoring coming from outside of Jatinder Singh? I think Dilip Mendes thinks a lot of Hamid Mirza. I think he's found a very good keeper batter in Vinayak Shukla. But if they've got to chase 160 plus somewhere in Sri Lanka or India, can they do it?
They'll have to practice accordingly, do some match practice scenarios. Jatinder Singh, the captain, Vinayak Shukla, the innings that he played of 44, not out. That was a good innings, almost 200 his strike rate then. And Hamid Mirza, Mohammad Nadeem, the senior most guy in the squad.
Tickled round the corner, but not quite out of the middle of the bat. So Lamachani dives to keep it to a single. More like it though from Nadeem. He's just showing some fight. Will actually be given as a leg bye. Initially the scorers agreed with us.
59 for 5 in the 12th over. 8 overs remaining after this, 93 more required. Mohammad Nadeem or Vinayak Shukla, one of these batters, they have to go after the bowling now.
Yeah, 8 overs remain. Oman are left with it all to do. Building something of a 6th-wicket partnership. They are 60 for 5.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
स्वदेश तथा विदेशमा आर्जन गर्ने शिक्षाको सम्पूर्ण खर्चको जिम्मेवारी लिन्छ आइएमई लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्सले।
आइएमई लाइफ बाल किरण जीवन बीमा योजना।
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाट।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
So far for Oman, Mohammad Nadeem, 21 of 26. 11.5 runs per over required by Oman to win this game. It's gonna be Kushal Bhurtel.
Yeah, nice move this, just rolling through his bowling options, road pedal. Starts right on the money. Very different kind of leg spinner to Sandeep Lamachani, but it was Monty Desai who first kind of uncovered Bhurtel's potential as a leg spinner. Bit unorthodox, no doubt about that. By his standards, in terms of his threat and wicket-taking exploits, hasn't had the best tournament with the ball, but he's been brilliant with the bat, and that's probably more important for Nepal of his two skills.
Yes, 250s in the tournament so far and won 30-odd runs, 124. He's been amongst the runs. He's the leading run getter in this tournament for Nepal.
Yeah, second overall, just behind Alishan Sharaf, who has really been close to solely responsible for keeping UAE in it. A couple of heartbreaking results today for the East Asia Pacific region. Japan lost a big toss this morning, got a decent total on the board, and then a 5 wides in the final over ended up being critical, as we saw a 5th consecutive thriller go right the way to the final over. That's left Japan, well, meaning that they only have one way still in. They're going to have to beat the UAE and maybe beat them by a margin. This one thuds into the pad, angling down though. Nadeem getting himself in trouble.
He's quicker through the air, Kushal Bhurtel, not a normal leg spinner like what Sandeep Lamachani is. He has that googly, also that was an attempted googly, a bit quicker through the air.
I think it was the leg break, to be honest. I think it was close as well. Swept straight to the man who doesn't quite get there. Sampal Kami went for the catch. Don't know if he got his fingers underneath the ball, but it could easily have been the 6th wicket. Instead, Nadeem has a life, a second life.
Excellent effort in the deep by Sampal Kami, diving in front.
Oh, didn't quite carry. So just the one life Nadeem has had still. Dragged down from Bhurtel, not punished. Only 4 from the over. It's not what Oman need. Nadeem has got more than anyone in the innings, but not necessarily threatening Nepal. 13 ball.
Skyworth Home Appliances.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ।
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
Gulshan Jah to bowl his 3rd. Do you think we could see Rohit Powell really ring through all of his options here? Could we, in theory, see 10 bowlers? Remember, there's no Jora tonight. Everyone else bowls.
We haven't seen Mohammad Adil Alam yet coming to bowl. He took 4 wickets.
Now, this may well have gone, just shy of going all the way. No complaints from the Nepal substitutes in the dugout. They probably had a good view, but maybe just a fraction in front of the rope, and it runs for 4.
Yeah, this shot suggests that the pitch is playing really good for the batters. Inches inside the rope.
We had a big moment of controversy, didn't we, in the Qatar game, where it appeared as though the ball had landed on the rope and the full fielder indicated 4, and then the umpire really didn't have any choice but to believe him. But no complaints at all. You'd imagine if the Nepal bench had thought that had gone over the rope, they would have certainly elevated their arms, but given as a boundary 4 instead. Just a few signs that there are certainly runs in this surface, more than we saw in the games a couple of days ago. Was that one square driven, good, stopped getting down on his knees by Syed Amir Kaleem, the great veteran, him and Mohammed Nadeem, the two continuing to fly the flag.
Shanig Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
100% pure sunflower बाट बनेको धारा health refined sunflower oil.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
We saw Ian Bishop's message last night. Wishing Nepal well in this crucial game. Ravichandran Ashwin has just tweeted a photo of Rohit Paudel. It says, "Keep chasing your dream. Well done, Rohit Paudel. Well done, Nepal." To his 12 million followers. Edged. Would have been out had a first slip been in place. Instead, Sheikh gets lucky and will get a boundary 4.
Trying to play inside out, Asif Sheikh getting that edge. We could see a hint of return there by Shakil Ahmed. Very good bowler for Oman.
Fans already reaching fever pitch. We're only in the 4th over here. Frenzied chants of Nepal outside our window. This could be a really enjoyable evening. There is no doubt that... I think it was interesting out there at the toss. So many might say to me, well, Lenny, why didn't you ask both of the captains about qualifying? I think on this occasion probably wasn't the right thing to do. We'll talk to them about that after the game. From what I gather, I don't think Nepal's players actually know yet. I know the Oman players do. As Bertel goes downtown, strikes it really well, strikes it into the side screen. Beautiful stroke, soared into the night sky and soars for the maximum.
Exceptional shot by Kushal Bertel. The ball was darted in by Shakil Ahmed. Just didn't try to hit it hard, just timed it.
Yeah, he gets a really good piece of that, doesn't he? Thing of beauty, the way that one flew away. Never a fielder down there, always a good place to hit. As for the first time, really, in this tournament, Shakil Ahmed is having a bit of pressure applied to him. Where's he going to go? He's cut away for 4 more. That's a poor delivery, a rare poor one. I think he was looking for the arm ball, just ended up being a long hop. And Bertel is looking to make hay whilst the sun shines, or the floodlights shine down here in the power play.
That was a half tracker outside the off stump, gave a bit of room Kushal Bertel and cut that down to backward point. This is a good start for Nepal. Oman, they have to pull the game back by taking wickets.
Really good batting. Enjoying watching Bertel's resurgence and exactly what we were hoping we would see from him. 4 overs have been bowled. It's 37 for none.
career with 4 half centuries in 5 games.
Yeah, I remember that vividly. One of those was thanks to a Vivian Kingman no ball in Kathmandu. Kingman just returned to the team. Here comes Sufyan Mahmood, who'll probably be the proudest man from Oman in the entire country. Bit of a star himself on social media. 2 million followers on Instagram, this man. Much loved across the Sultanate. And he comes in with his little medium pacers. Will bowl a lot of leg cutters, take the pace off. Not an easy art to do, but with the keeper up to the stumps, he has a game plan, and he'll kind of look for either of the two batters to make a mistake and falter.
This is kind of a bowler that can be effective in this wicket. The wicket is flat, no much of a grass in it, and playing very well. We could see that in the afternoon game, UAE posting the highest total of the event, 225.
Driven straight to the cover point fielder, who does well. I think this is a good move from Jatinder Singh, getting the pace off the ball, and you could see that Bertel and Sheikh were enjoying the pace on from Faisal Shah, and then even though he's a spinner, there is always pace on, isn't there, from Shakil Ahmed, because he darts it in so rapidly. Sufyan Mahmood will do the opposite, much longer run up than Shakil Ahmed, but everything will come down much slower. Apart from the occasional fully on pace delivery. Good piece of fielding by the great man Mohammed Nadeem. What must he be feeling, thinking about going back to a T20 World Cup? That this was never on his radar. He'd retired, he was coaching, until he was, in essence, told, we need you back.
The 43-year-old young Mohammed Nadeem, he looks so fit.
I wonder, could it be a last world event for him? Or will he maybe be thinking of one last 50 over? He's a very good 50 over player, of course, as well. You think about his batting and his bowling. Helped away into the leg side. Strikes it pretty well, but won't get to the rope. But as we've so often seen throughout this tournament, Nepal's running between their wickets, and their fielding has been nothing short of sensational. In the talk of the tournament, Dipender Singh Airi with 4 consecutive direct hit run-outs in 4 games. And again, we'll be in for a treat in the second innings, seeing as to exactly how Oman try to counteract that.
The last ball, Hamad Mirza doing a good job in the outfield, sliding to his left, stopping the ball. Saved 2 runs for his team.
Carted away. Well, there's almost a bit of swagger in that stroke, and the follow-up from Asif Sheikh. Stood there, picked the leg cutter, and just smashed it for 4.
He just waited for the ball to come to him. You can see that. Just waits for the ball. That was a leg cutter. And plays it over the infield at extra cover for a boundary. Even though he plays over the infield, he looks so elegant.
Can't beat the man this time, so Sufyan Mahmood gets out of that over with only 7 on it. From it, it's 44 for none.
Shaaneg Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
Skyward Home Appliances.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
IME Life. बालकिरण जीवन बीमा.
English Premier League को प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर मैक्स HD र कान्तिपुर मैक्स को एपमा हेर्न नछुटाउनु होला.
And be supplemented by 3 more turf pitches. Is a very late change. Mohammed Nadeem had the ball and was ready to bowl. Now remember, we've got our timer in operation here. 57 seconds on the clock. I wonder, will this be the first warning? You're entitled to 2 warnings. The third one will account for a 5-run penalty. Keep your eyes on the umpire here. I think it is going to be the first warning, Paresh. I'll try and get that updated for you. Going to be left arm spin. in the shape of Nadeem Khan, who was the hero with the bat the other day for Oman. What an innings that was.
Yes, it was. That is why he was declared the player of the match against UAE. Cut away into the gap. Very good placement by Kushal Bhurtel. Yet another boundary for him.
Loves a cut shot, doesn't he? It's one of his favourite strokes, and been really impressed by this young Nadeem Khan. I think they've uncovered a very talented young bowler. Not a lot wrong with the delivery. Really hasn't missed by much, but it's just manipulation of the ball into an area that he enjoys and he likes, and finds a way to squeeze that between a packed area and the offside for 4. Now he comes down the track, doesn't get to the pitch. Good bowling again. Intently watching Kushal Bhurtel.
Just bowling back of the length, seeing that Bhurtel coming down the track. He just shortened his length. Bhurtel tried to heave that over mid-wicket, but getting the inner half of the bat straight to the fielder.
Again cut, but can't pierce the infield. Always an important over the 6th, and big show of faith from Jatinder Singh and Nadeem Khan to bowl it.
This has been a good start by Nepal, 48 for no loss.
Hit down the ground, not quite out of the middle, but good enough to get 4. Don't know if he was looking to hit it in that direction. Might have been a little bit fortunate, but the 50 comes up in some style. Getting good reward for positive intent here as Kushal Bhurtel's excellent tournament continues.
And that was flat batted straight over the bowler's head. A good diving effort by the fielder there, but couldn't stop it.
Already the best power play of the tournament for Nepal, who are finally finding some real joy here in the first 6 overs, which hasn't been frequent. Even in the games they've been winning, they haven't been off to flying starts. Goes past the 45 for 1 that they made against Japan. And they'll finish with 53 unbroken, and the power play definitely belongs to the side that won the toss and chose to bat first. That's Nepal. It's 53 for none.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagbazar, Kathmandu.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Flat batted straight down the ground for yet another boundary. Power play belongs to Nepal.
Mahmood will continue as they'll pick up a single. Well, we were calling him the Butwell boss for a while, weren't we? Kushal Bhurtel, born down in Rupendahe. A lot of cricketers from down in that sort of Terai region, aren't they, in Nepal? Is the Butwell boss back with a bang?
He is definitely back because he's already scored a 50 in this event. Couple of good innings as well. He all started for him when he played the last game against West Indies. He scored 39, quick fire 39.
He looked really good that evening, didn't he? He was so unlucky to be given out.
The understanding between these two is so good. They had to come in together and just talk about the running between the wickets.
There'll be a lot of pride across Nepal this evening. Paresh, this is a kind of a celebratory game as opposed to a nervy one. Both sides qualified. Asif Sheikh, I know his brother Arif hasn't played, but the two boys from Birgunj. You think about the nation there in Nepal, from the Himal region all the way down through the Pahad region down to the Terai, beautiful slim country, from all the way out in the far west from Sudar Pashim, all the way out to the far east. There isn't many parts of it that aren't touched by this journey of Nepal's cricketers. the impact they're having for the country. What will the reaction be this evening, tonight, across Kathmandu and Bhaktapur, Birgunj, Janakpur, Butwal, beautiful Ilam, down to Barawa, Manang, Nepal Gunj? What's everyone going to be thinking this evening?
I've seen in the social media that big screens have been kept in restaurants or hotels, and everyone watching the game. They will celebrate, no doubt, today evening.
Going to be like a party tonight, I suspect, across Nepal, isn't it? Some of the reactions as well that we've seen have just been phenomenal. I don't know if you've seen some of the videos, and they haven't just been in Nepal, have they? They've been all over the world. People breaking in play as Sufyan Mahmood just gets a warning for running right down the pitch. Farmers ploughing their fields with animals whilst watching the Kantapur feed on the television.
Yes, and even though Oman has also qualified, Omani team along with their fans, they must be excited as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's great joy here. You can see the Oman flags up on the balcony of the Oman Cricket Academy. And no one prouder than Sufyan Mahmood. As we said, he was a reserve player in that last T20 World Cup. He'll be desperate to be a part of that trip to India and Sri Lanka. I suspect he will be. Just the 6 singles in the over. Well bowled Mahmood. 7 have been bowled. It's 59 for none.
100% pure sunflower बाट बनेको धारा health refined sunflower oil.
स्पेशल सेलिब्रेशन्सलाई झन्नै स्पेशल बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला. यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
So one of them could get to 6 points, but 2 can't. And for them to miss out on qualification, one of these two sides, it would need to be 4 teams on 6 points or more, and then the net run rate would come in as the differential. So confirmation occurred in, well, the least dramatic fashion possible, the most un-Nepali style possible, you might say, as Khan will continue. How do you think both of these sides will go at that T20 World Cup next year? Nepal pushed, well, South Africa to the absolute brink, Bangladesh right to the edge. They lost a game to the Netherlands. It was a really thrilling one too in Texas. For Oman, they had that brilliant super over game against Namibia. Got him, bowled him, and Asif Sheikh tried to give himself room. But the middle stump is rocked back, and Oman have broken this opening partnership.
We don't see quite often Asif Sheikh playing this kind of shot, giving himself room, try to get the gap on the offside behind square, giving himself room, completely beaten by the pace of the delivery. It was slightly slow through the air. He has to depart. A good opening stand coming to an end. Very good bowling by Nadeem Khan. He has to depart for 24 of 20. Nepal 61 for 1.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन. आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप. नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक.
लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी 1. एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै.
Rohit Paudel, the captain, to the crease. He'll come in at number 3. Critical 50 that he made in the last game, his first of 2025. Probably the best we've seen him play this year in this format. Was just talking to you, Paresh, about how the sides will go. Oman pushed Australia really hard in the Caribbean, but then they had a very heavy defeat against England, bowled out all out for 30-odd. Do you think these two sides, as Bertel just gets home, can be competitive? Do you think they can win games against the Test Nations?
It's all about the surface. You'll get good surfaces in India playing this format. Good running between the wickets by Bertel.
think there probably will be belief within the Nepal squad, having now beaten the West Indies for the first time. An awful lot of that defeat to South Africa was that they'd just never been in a position like that before. Didn't quite know how to react. I think one of the win predictors had them up over 95%, 97% favourites at one stage in that chase. Oh, he's got him, and he's got him around his legs. A shade of Shakil Ahmed to that one. They've uncovered a gem here. Have Oman in the shape of the youngster Nadeem Khan. Did it with the bat in the last game, doing it with the ball now. And Powdell's got to go for just one.
Spirit shown by all the players. A dominating victory for Nepal. Very well led by the captain Rohit Powdell. He marshalled his troops very well throughout the number of games that they've played in this tournament. And Oman as well qualified for the World Cup next year. They still have a game to play, Oman. Nepal, they have the last game on the 17th at night, playing against Samoa. And you can look at the top tier, the Omani flag waving around. They are